Hello there, everyone. This is Mr. Matthew here, and today I'll be giving you I'll be I'll tell you about two new franchises that you might expect new content out of. So these two franchises are two animes, you can say. Yeah, I mean, considering that they are animes and they're very popular in Japanese culture, so I don't have any interest in like talking about anime in general on this channel, but there's these two animes that I generally do have anime franchises that I do have investment in discussing at times in this channel, and I've decided that these two will be Detective Conan and Doraemon. Now, these two aren't that popular from what I've seen they're kind of niche when it comes to people selecting anime, but I don't care all that much because these are the only animes that I personally care about. So yeah, Detective Conan and Doraemon. So I grew up with both as a kid. I definitely watched more Detective Conan growing up, but I definitely had a soft spot for Doraemon, and I definitely started getting into it a lot when I was now that I'm now that I'm a 19-year-old. Sorry, excuse me. As I was saying, um, so I will say that so I will say that Detective Conan and Doraemon are ones they are very popular in Japan. Um, and I'm personally into, and I might actually do some videos talking about both franchises. I'm thinking you'll probably expect some more Doraemon movie reactions since I've been into the Doraemon movies lately. Um, I've watched the first two movies, Nobita's Dinosaur and The Returns of Nobita Space Blazer, so you might expect those coming reaction. But yeah, I haven't introduced both Detective Conan and Doraemon. Let's start with Doraemon. So, Doraemon is the show created by the late Fujito Fujo, two artists, a combination of pen name of two artists. Basically, um, it is originated as a manga as usual, but then it got like really popular, became an anime of its own in 1973. But then that one kinda became like lost media and didn't really do well. So then they made 1979, which became like an extremely popular version. And then they rebranded it for the 2005 version, which is the one that I mainly watch. So for the plot of the show, basically it revolves around this boy by the name of Nobita. Basically, he has a lot of misfortunes in his life, and he has a terrible future ahead of him. And he has a descendant from this future who gives him Doraemon, this energetic robotic cat who helps Nobita progress through his daily life and makes him a better person of himself. And the Doraemon is a cat that can help Nobita with plenty of gadgets he owns in his pocket that can basically help Nobita in his daily life, overcoming his enemies, etc. So basically, we see like plenty of those gadgets, and it's really cool. Um, and there's also other characters. Main characters would include Nobita's parents, the mother Tamako, and the father Nobiste, I think his name is. Yeah. And then you got the friends. You have the girl Shizuta and the two boys, Jain and Sunio, who are more bullies and rivals. So yeah. But they do help Nobita when he's in need. So there's that. Um, I definitely love the childhood wonders that Doraemon offers. It's genuinely like very great. I think Doraemon is genuinely a funny character, and it's definitely like nice to basically made more content out of this franchise. You'll probably expect like more reviews on the movies, and also like me recapping or me just basically making a reaction of the movies, not necessarily in-depth reviews, but yeah. Um, and you also see me basically. I might make compilation videos of it if at some point in the future. So that will be really fun to tackle. So yeah, that the other show that I've talked about is Detective Conan. Now, Detective Conan is definitely a lot more. How can I say? Whereas Doraemon is more episodic, Detective Conan definitely has a bit of flair, even though it's also kind of simplistic at times. Basically, it follows teenager detective Shinichi Kudo, who loves solving crimes and whatnot, who dates his girlfriend Ran Mori, and basically to an amusement part in the first episode, basically of the show, and he stumbles upon these two shady men wearing black coats, and they give him a drug that degrades his body into a child. So yeah, uh, so basically he runs out, and then but by the help of the Professor Adasa, he enlists. He basically goes to live with Ran and her father Kururo Mori, who's a private detective, at the identity of the little boy, Detective Conan Edogawa. So yeah, Conan is basically the after the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who is the author of Sherlock Holmes, and Edogawa is from the famous Japanese mystery author Edogawa Rampo, who is behind the famous Japanese detective by the name of Kururo Atechi. So yeah, so basically he lives with Totoro Mori, and every episode ensues him basically with Totoro Ran, and also teaming up with the detective boys from Elementary. Uh, their names are Ayami, Dinta, and Mitsuhito. So yeah, they basically solve crimes. So throughout the show, he basically stumbles upon a lot of crimes, a lot of murders, and whatnot, and incidents that happen, and he looks through the clues and solves it all. Now, this could be a little bit considered. This definitely is considered a show that can be watched for kids, even though it does have like some murders and incidents. It definitely balances out a very family friendly tone in comparison. And it's also a very like fielded show because every like movie episode is about Conan basically basically finding clues and evidence and catching the killer in the end. The murderer, the criminal in the end. The person behind the incident, depending on the specific case of the episode, the manga, or the movie. So yeah, that's Detective Conan. And yeah, so these are two anime franchises you could expect me making content out of. But for the matter, I don't have any interest in other animes. I just don't. So you'll definitely see me probably like doing more reactions of Doraemon and Detective Conan movies, and maybe other content like manga and even maybe compilation videos if that's possible. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that, and expect more Doraemon and Detective Conan content to appear in my channel, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Alright, thank you all for watching and have a peaceful day, everyone.